What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the Giga Chikadze versus Kattar fight that went down last night. This is going to be a recap video on the match, my general thoughts on what transpired, what Giga Chikadze did right, what he did wrong, what Kattar did right, what he did wrong. So let's not waste any time and get into this fight. Alright, so first of all, that was a fun fight. I think that was a war. Of course, Kattar getting the better of that fight. Obviously, he won. Giga Chikadze showing tremendous heart, not giving up. Took so many shots in that fight. And honestly, when he got hit and he was stunned, he was giving it right back. He was giving it his all. Giga Chikadze is a killer on the feet. The guy is no joke standing. And what Kattar did was absolutely 100% very impressive. Based on my perception, Kattar stole that fight via toughness, via tenacity, the pressure. From a technical aspect, he kept coming forward. He was smothering one of Giga's best weapons, his kicks. You can't really get off proper kicks when you're on the back foot. I mean, really talented guys still can. Giga still can, but they're not as effective. Kind of similar to what Fedor did to Cop, just walked them down. You want to stifle their effectiveness at a certain range. If Giga has you at a certain range, his kicks are more effective. You could even do the same thing with punches. You could jam up a boxer's great punches by closing the distance. Like if somebody throws a hook, you could step into it, get inside on that hook, block and counter. It works the same way with kicks. Kattar just had Giga on the back foot the whole fight. Because Kattar is super tough. I mean, you're not going to get that guy out of there with one shot. He has a granite chin, rock head. He's just a hard-nosed fighter, kind of like a throwback fighter that could strike himself. He has knockout power himself. Great gas tank. Yeah, that was a tough night for Giga. Now, when Giga had a full gas tank in the first round, it looked like to me he was piecing Kattar up. His kicks were effective. He was landing. But kicks expend a lot of energy. That's basically Giga's bread and butter, throwing kicks. If you don't manage your cardio properly, you may run out of gas as the fight goes on. So Giga was like throwing everything at Kattar in the first round. You got 5 rounds of fighting. Kattar weathered the storm, took some good shots to the body. He actually ate a couple of Giga's patented kicks to the liver. Tough guy, man, tough guy. So continuing to touch on kind of like where Giga went wrong. Part of that was like cardio management. He didn't really conserve his energy or manage his energy properly for a 5-round fight. Should have been more selective with his shots in the first round. Then on top of that, you got Kattar walking him down. Anytime you're walking backwards, it taxes your cardio. Because it's almost like you're always in flight mode, you know, like fight or flight. It's just like defense, constantly thinking of what the guy is going to throw at you, what his attack is going to be. You have no room to breathe, no room to just take a break, pause, and reset. It's a great tactic when you go up against a more talented, more diverse striker in Giga Chikadze, because I really do believe that Giga is a more well-rounded, more talented striker than Kattar. But it's more like, how do you utilize your skill set to its fullest potential? Strategy comes into play, toughness, of course, just like overall shape and conditioning. Kattar, great game plan, came in shape. The man is just built a certain way. Again, that toughness, his ability to take a bunch of damage and keep coming. He has a rock hard chin again. Ultimately, to me, I feel like Giga Chikadze just succumbed to the pressure. Once he ran out of gas, I mean, that pretty much was like a wrap. His strikes weren't as effective. They didn't have the same amount of pop on them. He couldn't quite adjust to figure out how to deal with Kattar's forward pressure. I think someone touched on this in the commentary. Maybe it was Dominic Cruz. I could be mistaken. They said something to the effect that this loss will only make Giga Chikadze better. And I agree with that. Going forward, if he's a little bit smarter, more methodical, and he figures out how to deal with that style and that pressure, deal with a guy that's not going to go down with one shot, he's going to come back as a better fighter if he does the right things and adjustments. As far as Calvin Kattar, mega props to him. I mean, he lost a super one-sided fight against Max Holloway. What that does to you mentally is crazy. And it just goes to show you how mentally tough Calvin Kattar is to come back and have a performance like that against a killer like Giga Chikadze. And for the most part, beat him in a stand-up. I mean, Calvin Kattar, he did have a smart game plan. He went for takedowns. He had no shame in his game to utilize grappling and wrestling. I mean, it's a mixed martial arts fight. Why not? And that kind of further assisted in sapping Giga's energy. To Giga's credit, he defended really well on the ground. He showed evolution himself in his game. But anyway, wrapping up, man, what a great win for Kattar. Really happy for him. I personally thought that Giga Chikadze was going to beat him. I was wrong. Can't wait to see where Calvin Kattar goes from here. And I personally can't wait to see Giga 2.0. Because that guy is definitely not done himself. The same way Calvin Kattar came back from that Max Holloway loss, Giga can come back from this one. But yeah, guys, super entertaining fight. Loved it. Two warriors. You guys let me know in the comment section, what were your thoughts on the fight? What were the main factors in Calvin Kattar stealing that W? What did Giga do wrong? What did Kattar do right? I want to read it all. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you watching the segment. If this is your first time at the channel and you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button, like and share. That's important. And until the next segment, you all take care. Catch you guys later.